Hola Year 7, welcome to lesson 15 of the second summer half term. And today you're going to conclude your lessons on este fin de semana and the future tense and the present tense together, talking about activities that you do and you're going to do. And here's a list of the equipment that you will need for today's lesson. You will need the exercise book that the school gave to you, a pen, your knowledge organiser for module 6, which can be found on class charts and opened in a tab, and also wordreference.com, the online dictionary, which can be opened in a web browser tab on your page now, and that's optional. And these are available on class charts, so pause to get that ready now. Please do remember to email me if you've got any questions about the activities in today's lesson, and here's my email address. And please also remember to upload a photo of your work onto class charts at the end of the lesson so I can check your work and award you an achievement point. And make sure you put this under period 3 lesson for me as well, so that you get an achievement point for your period 1 lesson and for your period 3 lesson as well. Do this within 2 days to guarantee those achievement points. Gracias, chicos. Okay, so 4 sentences here. The mistake is in red. So it's here, 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 and here each time. So you write out the sentence, but correct the words you have in red. So let's do the first one together. Normalmente juego al fútbol, pero mañana voy a hacer ciclismo. So here we had jugo, and we know that it's an irregular verb, and to say I play, after normally I play, you have to have an E here, juego. So you've written it out and just corrected jugo and made it juego. Okay, pause and have a go at numbers 2, 3 and 4 for yourselves. Gracias, chicos. Okay, now time to check your answers. We had number 1 together, where we changed normalmente juego al fútbol. Número 2, este fin de semana hago natación. Well, this sentence here says I do swimming, which doesn't make sense. We need the infinitive after voy a. For este fin de semana, we need voy a hacer natación. So I'm going to go swimming, not I go swimming. 3. Los fines de semana voy no al cine. Well, we know that we have to have the no here before the verb. Okay, so change the placement of this. So we've got no before the verb in Spanish. So at the weekend, I'm not going to go to the cinema. Y número 4, a veces voy a hacer mis deberes. Well, a veces means sometimes. So you wouldn't say sometimes I'm going to do my homework. You say sometimes I do my homework. So you need to change this into the present tense and write hago. Okay? So sometimes I do my homework. So press pause to check your answers. I'm going to pass you on to Miss Clinton to teach the rest of the lesson, and I look forward to seeing your work on class charts later on. Gracias, chicos. Adiós.
So this lesson we're going to carry on using the same structure that we saw last lesson, or the last 2 lessons, describing what we do in our free time, both normally in the present tense, and also what we're going to perhaps do in the future, i.e. this weekend, using both positive and negative sentences. So here we have a verbal translation exercise, which is recapping, of course, the sentences from the last 2 lessons as well, which you'll need for your writing at the end of the lesson. So as always, remember, I will say the sentence out loud in English, and you need to choose the number of the phrase that I have said. Let's try the first one together. Every weekend I go shopping, but this weekend I am going to go to the stadium. I'll repeat that one more time. Every weekend I go shopping, but this weekend I am going to go to the stadium. So you'd of course read all 5 phrases in Spanish, work out the translation of the sentence I have said in English, and you would choose the number. Hopefully you would have chosen number 2. Let's have another go. Normally, I don't go skiing, but this weekend I am going to go swimming. I'll say that again. Normally, I don't go skiing, but this weekend I'm going to go swimming. So choose the number of the phrase you think I said. Hopefully you chose number 1. Well done. And let's try again. On the weekends, I don't go to the cinema, but tomorrow I am going to go to the stadium. I'll say that again. So remember, you're trying to find the one that I'm saying. On the weekends, I don't go to the cinema, but tomorrow I am going to go to the stadium. So choose the phrase. And you should have chosen number 5. Excellent. Let's try one more. Sometimes I do my homework, but tomorrow I am going to go horse riding. Sometimes I do my homework, but tomorrow I am going to go horse riding. So choose the correct phrase. And you should have chosen number 4. Excellent. Okay, we're now going to do a listening year 7. We haven't done this one before, so listen carefully to the instructions. From the grid below, you're going to choose 8 words or phrases at random from the grid and write them down in your book. I am then going to read aloud a text. Whilst I'm reading, listen out for the words that you have written down. And as you hear them, you need to cross them out. So let's have a go. Remember to cross out the words that you've written down in your book as you hear you say them. En la ciudad donde vivo, hago mucho deporte, porque me encantan los deportes. Normalmente voy a la piscina y hago natación. Cuando hace buen tiempo, hago ciclismo en los parques. Sin embargo, cuando hace mal tiempo, voy al polideportivo y juego al voleibol o al baloncesto con mis amigos. A veces voy de compras al centro comercial. Este fin de semana, el sábado, voy a ir al polideportivo, pero no voy a jugar al voleibol. Voy a jugar al tenis. El domingo voy a ir de compras con mi madre. Vamos a ir al centro comercial. Después voy a ir al restaurante y al cine con mi hermana. ¡Qué emoción! So hopefully year 7, you should have all found that no matter which option you chose, you should have all crossed out all of your 8 words or phrases. I'm now going to read the text again. However, it's all jumbled up. You will need to put it into the correct order. You don't need to write out the full phrases, however, just the letter. For example, you can see at the top, 1, you would write equals C, because that's the first sentence that you will hear. So listen carefully. En la ciudad donde vivo, hago mucho deporte, porque me encantan los deportes. Normalmente voy a la piscina y hago natación. Cuando hace buen tiempo, hago ciclismo en los parques. Sin embargo, cuando hace mal tiempo, voy al polideportivo y juego al voleibol o al baloncesto con mis amigos. A veces voy de compras al centro comercial. Este fin de semana, el sábado, voy a ir al polideportivo, pero no voy a jugar al voleibol, voy a jugar al tenis. El domingo voy a ir de compras con mi madre. Vamos a ir al restaurante y al cine con mi hermana. ¡Qué emoción! So if you need to listen to that again, Year 7, you can rewind the video and listen to me reading it. Remember, usually for all listening exercises in an exam, you'll be able to hear the listening twice. However, if you don't need to, you can now check your answers and see if you wrote the letters in the correct order. So you should have written C, F, H, G, A, E, D and E. Pause your video now if you need to make any changes. Okay, so here's the text that I read out before. You need to reread it and then read the English translation below. There are 6 errors in the English translation, so you need to find them and correct them. You do not need to rewrite the whole translation out again, just number 1 to 6 in your book with the words that are wrong and next to it the correct word. So read through both the Spanish followed by the English translation and then find the 6 errors, writing them down in your book. Pause your video now. So now you can check your answers, Year 7. You'll notice, of course, the errors were written in red. And, of course, I've written the correct version above in green. So pause your video now if you need to make any changes. So I'd like you to spend the last few minutes of the lesson, Year 7, writing up a similar text to the one we just read, including which free time activities you normally do and don't do, using the present tense, and then say what you will and won't do this weekend, using the immediate future tense. So you can use the sentence builder that we've been using over the last couple of lessons to help you. Pause your video now to do this. So Year 7, if you do have any time left on your hours lesson, you can now translate the written paragraph you just wrote, or ideally improve it if you think you could make it a bit better. So from me, I would just wanted to say thank you very much. You're doing so well, Year 7. Keep up your hard work and have a lovely day. Muchas gracias. Hasta luego.